Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. This is a stupid topic, but you all keep asking me about it. And this is the whole IRS with a 1099, pretty much people who have payments or merchant processing. And remember the whole thing for like the last million years, if you have over 20,000 in merchant processing, which is usually like a 1099K or something, if you're over 20,000 through like PayPal or a Venmo or Cash App, they generate a tax form, right? And there was all kinds of government stuff saying, we need to go after the poor people. We can't let them get ahead. And remember, the government's like, they wanted to lower that threshold from 20,000 all the way down to $600 because the government's stupid. And that's just the way our world works. Instead of focusing on really big things, they like to try to just do stupid things. So I just want to do a little update on this. I always get questions on this topic. And people say, is this one of the reasons we're in a bear market in collectibles? A lot of people don't want to sell. They don't want to take PayPal anymore. Everyone wants to do crypto. Everybody this and that. It's affecting the market negatively because nobody wants to pay taxes on it. All right, so hang on. First of all, I want to back up quite a bit. Okay? First, I want to address a basic principle here. Okay? The entire IRS thing with reporting 1099Ks, which is pretty much a statement, a snapshot that shows how much cash flow went to somebody. Doesn't mean it's profit. Doesn't mean it's losses. It's just showing that you sold $10,000 worth of, I don't know, vibrating Pikachus. I don't know, something goofy. You sold $50,000 worth of ABC stuff. It doesn't mean you made $50,000 profit and have to pay taxes on it. It just means that that $50,000 in gross cash flowed through an account under your name, under your social. Okay? Again, I'm a dude in the basement. Look at my hair. You want tax advice? I mean, dude darts. Dude, really? Get a real advice. Don't get a guy in a basement who's got literally Beanie Babies, a Sarah Angel with a broken wing, bricks of silver, resealed alpha beta, let's see here, graded video game. I mean, really? You're going to take advice from me? Then I'm sorry. You probably deserve to go to zero. That's what the internet says, right? So first, I want to get that out of the way, okay? Understand, first of all, my opinion, the whole concept of generating tax forms for people all the way down to only doing $600. That's like selling one thing on eBay for $700, like an old computer. Like you bought a gaming computer for $3,000, it drops to $700, and you sell it for $700, and now you got a tax form. In my opinion, my personal opinion, the only reason this whole thing blew up is because the government wanted to lower it because they're looking for ways to generate more tax revenue for the federal government from the IRS. Now, they also know, and again, don't Google this because then it gets a little touchy. When you see some of these congressional hearing interviews talking about where they actually ask about auditing, going after people for tax money, and that dude, scumbag guy, makes a comment saying, well, you know, if we send tax forms and tax notices from the IRS to low-income poor people, they won't fight back, and they tend to just send us money real quickly. So whether they owe it or not, you know, they don't have the resources to defend, and they don't have the, you know, I mean, bro, it's fucking nasty. I'm gonna be straight up with you all. There's some of the videos that people have sent me over the years, and it's on YouTube, of people asking, why do you audit more low-income people versus, you know, people making millions? It's just absolutely disturbing because essentially they can't defend themselves. It's fucking, it's whoa, bro. It's, yeah. So I want to get the first concept of this video out of the way. Okay, the whole principle of lowering this was to try to capture revenue from people who don't have as much money, which is just number two. Now we're going to go back to the collectible card world, the magic world, the Rudy world, okay? First of all, most sellers in most stores that, you know, again, you don't have to be Rudy level, but most LGSs, basement dwellers, people who are doing a lot of business, a lot of transactions, it doesn't impact us either way, okay? So when you think from maybe a smaller seller's perspective, oh, this changed, that's why the bear market's on, Rudy. I would estimate 70-80% of the entire market is done by larger players, okay? Now again, you know, for me, my 1099Ks and stuff like that, I mean, if I had to guess, I'm hesitant to give a number, but it's many millions. I really don't want to give a number. And just on my payment processing, okay? But, you know, it's been that way for me for like 10 plus years. I've been doing PayPal and I've been processing this and putting on tax returns for so long. I don't know anything. It doesn't impact most stores and LGSs and big players. So the idea that if this threshold goes through, and they lower from $20,000 to $600, I don't think it's going to impact much. I think it's more of a principle and an FU. I think it's just a dick thing to do. I think it's a poor direction, which goes back to why Rudy hates politics, hates Republican, Democrat. Everybody pick a side and make sure you hate everybody else. I think the whole thing is just garbage to make us all just preoccupied with things that don't matter and hate each other. And I've told you all that for 8 years in this channel. If you like cardboard, I consider you a friend. Past that, I don't give a shit what you're into. But this whole concept of all these things, and when I see news articles like this, wanting to lower this stuff to capture lower income people, and you all want to tell me any of these people are here to help you and protect you, I mean, that to me, I don't care what they say, I look at the actions. So, that brings me to the next part of this video. It looks like the announcement on CNBC came out today, which I don't know when you're going to watch this video, maybe in a couple days. It looks like they are delaying the adjustment to the 1099K, also known as merchant processing or tax reporting on the PayPals and Venmos and things like that. It looks like they're delaying it another year, so they keep delaying it because I think they know the people are, I don't know, unhappy about it because it feels wrong. It's dirty. And it doesn't mean that if you take a $100 card and you flip it for $200, and after shipping and fees you make $80, and if you're in a 10% tax bracket, yes, you should put the $80 profit on your taxes, and you should pay $8 in taxes. So you net 72 profit instead of 80. Legally and technically, that's what you should be doing. Now, again, when you're on big scales, like if you're doing, Rudy, third tetherball thing, for me, it's been the same way for so long. It doesn't really, look, here's all the distributor receipts, here's all the payments, here's the PayPal. Everything's pretty black and white. There's not really much gray area because I have automated forms generated from these companies and I just put those forms in my tax return, and there's not really much gray area for me to try to cheat and steal on a 1099K because you really can't. PayPal's going to give it to you. These are going to be the numbers you put on your taxes. Here's the stuff from distribution. This is what I spent. Here's the money leaving. There's not really a lot of wiggle room for kind of fudging the numbers for most bigger stores. Does that make sense? So I just want to get to that. So moving forward, that's all I have to say on this PayPal, Venmo, tax, IRS thing. I just want to tell you all, most of you watching, if you're still around, I expect, again, views are low because everybody's lost interest in the card world. I think we are in such a cheap, beautiful time for CCGs. The print runs are high and everything. Pokemon, Magic, Flesh and Blood, all the white sets, MetaZoo, everything's readily available. Okay? Maybe not, I guess, Disney Lorcana. I guess they have a sticker shortage, so I'm trying to put the new sticker on the side of their box, right? Fucking morons. Or I guess One Piece. Now that's really, One Piece, let me tell you something. That's fascinating stuff. And of course, sorcery's going crazy. But I look at everything. If you look at the Magic and Pokemon, look at the big two, okay? Everything's readily available. Prices aren't going up. Things are cheap and available. And yet, in 2020, 2021, everything's too expensive. I can't get anything. And now we're back to normal. And all those people who bitched and cried, nowhere to be found. And everybody's just quiet. Look at the opportunities. We can go, what are we, 2 years in a bear market? We can go multiple years with nothing going up in value. And that's okay. I don't know when it became wrong. Remember, if you're wrong and nothing goes up, that makes you bad or your store ripped you off or I don't know, whatever the internet says. And it's just the opportunity is so massive. Like, I've been, marching forward and enjoying all this stuff and looking at everything, doing the box openings, exploring the Lord of the Rings, the Doctor Who, and hopefully by the time you watch this, Ixalan collectors, and hopefully by the time you watch this, I get a sorcery case so I can do some sorcery beta openings. Everything. I mean, look at Flesh and Blood. Look at the stability of Flesh and Blood. Okay? Look at some of the white sets. Azure Lane, Artifica, or was it? Look at the stability. Look at the white sets that have been coming back from 2021, 2022. Anybody check on Rent a Girlfriend lately? You need to rent a girlfriend? Head on over to Rudy's basement. The amount of sets in products that fell apart, that have been clawing back, thinning out, it's just, people are so focused on being angry at, I gotta pay taxes if I make money. Good! That means you're hustling, and that means you're making money. Like, I don't understand why this is a negative thing. I think it's kind of a dick thing the way the government looks at things. But again, if you're making extra money on the side, that you should be proud of yourself. I like to see other people make money. I like to see stores make it. You should be proud when a small LGS or a new content creator, somebody comes along and they're successful. We should be proud of that. We should be happy to see a new woman make a magic YouTube channel and be successful. A new old creepy guy like Rudy. We should be happy when other people figure out a way to make it. Like, is that such a scumbag capitalistic thing? And all you see instead is just people, oh God, here's another person trying to, rip people off, and Amazon's $3 cheaper. Like, it's fucking crazy, dude. Like, we should be proud to pay. If you make $10,000, okay, and your profit on that $10,000 is $5,000 net profit, and you're in a 10% tax bracket, so what? Pay $500 in taxes. You just netted $4,500 on a side hustle and a hobby. That's fantastic. Like, if that's your situation, that's your tax bracket, you should feel proud of that. Like, I'm proud to see other people successful. I know that's like an evil thing, but, I was, raised in small business and taught work hard and try to make things that work. It doesn't work? Well, admit you fucked it up. Try something different until it works. And you keep doing that. Doesn't matter how many times you fail or win, you keep trying. And when you see other people successful, you don't bash that store. You don't bash someone else. You go, wow, look what they did. I wonder what I could do to be successful. It's just, I guess my perspective is very different than a lot of people. So that's my attitude on the PayPal, Venmo, YouTube tax thing. I think what they're doing in the government, how they're going after low-income people to extract money, I think is a shit thing to do. But again, I'm a basement guy who literally looks like this and eats tacos and, Chick-fil-A and what do I know. But at the end of the day, we should be proud of other people, other content creators, other stores, for being in business, being successful, building collections. We should be supportive. We should be, that's what, these people who always thrive, community. I don't like the word community. It's dirty and tainted. We should just be happy when people are successful and they do good things. Have a beautiful day.